you've put here life as a Black British screenwriter. Do you think that's more difficult to be a screenwriter?
I mean, basically, when it comes to screenwriting, writing, creating as a Black person, it is harder. But then that goes for other BAME backgrounds as well and other minority group. It's just this idea that a lot of people can't naturally relate, well, they think they can't relate, when really they're just looking at surface level things. And with writing, I find that to be the case a lot of the time. So that's why I've said that it's very difficult. But, you know, as opposed to being a brain surgeon no, of course not. At the end of the day, if it was all about just the content, I would say no, it's not hard at all, but it's not just about the content, it's about all the other things that go with it. And this perceived lack of marketability, which makes no sense at all. But then this is what, you know, they have as a frame of reference. They only ever want to compare you to other things, and they never want to kind of work with each piece on its merit. And that's why it's hard.
Do you not think times are changing because we're more aware of this now? Surely you should be taking someone because they're good.
Yes, exactly. But this is why I'm saying, when you're a Black creative, you're not taken on merit. You're not taken on the quality of your work. You're taken on there are other factors. Oh, we might not be able to market this. Oh, statistically, you might not be able to, you know, infiltrate a mainstream audience the same way. But that's because it's a very tiny sample size. But no, of course not. I'm not for quotas or any kind of restrictions on creativity or quality of work. The best person should get the job. But they also need to have a starting point for other people to get into those careers. So it's important that you don't just leave people behind and say, well, you know, for instance, the gateway into becoming a screenwriter, really you need an agent, you need a producer. But an agent won't work with you without a producer. A producer won't work with you if you don't have an agent. It's hard to get credits without those two things in place. And who has majority of the credits? It will be people from other backgrounds that aren't facing the same kind of restrictions on the marketability or the perceived quality of their work. So it's harder for someone to come through and get the same kind of opportunities. So in that case, what do? Well, you need to restructure, you know, from the ground up and make it easy, not easier, but make it so that people who can relate to these creatives can work with these people and get them through a pipeline where then they can stand on merit next to, like, resume for resume, it will be the same. But until you can get those same opportunities, it's harder. And that's what the problem is.
Do you go and give talks? Do you speak to young people? Do you go to schools and give talks? I mean, you've won 24 writing awards. I mean,
25 plus. And some I weren't even counting.
You need to sack because surely that's, I mean, these are writing awards, and this is something that's not just affecting Black children, but all children in school. They need to be, you know, able to express themselves. And I feel personally, when I go and give talks in school, the art of writing is being lost.
Right. So you asked me two questions. Do I give talks? At the moment, it's been strictly university. I've been to my old university, Kingston, a few times to give talks. But I am willing to go to schools because I do think it's something that, and this is picked up in my film, it's something that's not encouraged from a young age, and it's not really given to black children, especially, as a route for their creativity. The kind of, you know, even sometimes I'm out and about filming, or I'm audio farming, or I'm just out and about writing stuff. People are coming up to me and immediately they're asking me about music. It's never, oh, are you all right? It's never that kind of, and it's strange to people, and it shouldn't be. So I think I'd be willing to go into schools, definitely, and speaking about the fact that creativity shouldn't have bounds, and you should feel free to express yourself in any which way you can. And schools should encourage that, but also parents should encourage that. And I was on BBC One Extra a few weeks ago, and it came up about not being basically what would we say, like, motivated to go through these creative careers because they're not seen as being as worthy, as straightforward, or a place where, you know, their children are going to be appreciated to the max. I think that needs to change. But this is what I've been saying about, we need to kind of dream bigger, think bigger, and do bigger things. And it starts with, yes, motivating the kids of the next generation, but also, you know, the decision makers now need to wake up and realize that, you know, this perceived myth of marketability is just, that should have went out the window years ago. But even with something like the Black Panther, it just kind of shows you that, look, you don't know everything you think you know. What people mostly want is brand new experiences.